Welcome to KotlinBytes. In my last episode, I showed you how to add gameboard interaction for this Android app that we're creating. In this episode, I will show you how to validate if our Tic-Tac-Toe game has been won. Let's get started. Before we determine the gameboard state, we first need to define our gameboard states. Create a new enum that specifies all possible game states. Our game will contain 4 states: incomplete, stars win, circles win, and of course draw. Each of these states will be used to update our game status view. Our board model will contain our board state function. Create a calculated property called board state. Have it return the enum we just created. Set up a win expression in the getter. First, add the default case, which will be draw. Then, add the incomplete case. Our game will be considered incomplete if there are fewer than 9 cells selected. If there are 9 cells selected and our game has not yet been won, it is by default automatically a draw. Now, to determine if stars or circles won, I'm sure there is an efficient mathematical method to finding this. However, I'm going to take the intuitive brute force approach. Basically, I will check all 8 possible winning conditions. Let's create a private helper function to assist us with this. We'll pass the cell state. In our case, this will only be stars and circles. Within this private function, create a function nested local function. We will use this to test each possible condition. Let our nested function accept a variable cell argument. Use the all function that is available on collections. This nifty little helper will return true if our defined condition is met for all the collection elements. By default, the var arg is interpreted as an array. Our condition will simply be to check if the current cell contains the cell state of interest. Finally, back to our private function. Add all 8 winning conditions: 3 rows, 3 columns, and both diagonals. Now we can use this helper function to determine if stars have won or if circles have won. Back in our main activity, modify our update game status method to accept our new board state enum as an argument. Then remove calling it from onCreate. Add this method call within our live board observer, and call the board state calculated property on the board object. Although this is a property, it acts as a function under the hood. Now, let's update our game status message. Add a when statement and use the board state argument. When the board state is incomplete, hide the status message. Otherwise, show the message and change the text, respectively. Make sure to add your copy to the strings XML. Then reference that XML string from Kotlin. Alrighty, time to test. At first, there's no message, which makes sense since the game is incomplete. But once we win, a winning message appears. Once we reset, the message disappears. Excellent. And that's it for this episode of KotlinBytes. Stay tuned for the next episode in this series explaining how to add an AI to fight against. However, until then, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please like and consider subscribing. Source code and additional resources are, of course, in the description below. If there's anything else you'd like me to explain in a later video, please message me or leave a comment. Otherwise, have a great day. See you guys.